Hi, welcome to another Droxford update. The railway workers' cottages that I did, I think I put them on a short video the other week, last week I think it was. Well, they're completed as far as the building goes. I've not done the gardens yet because I've not fixed them in yet because I've still got to put some sort of back scene here and that, and I've got to sort this back bit out here. Now, what I did was I looked at the original pictures of the railway cottages at Privet, Tisted and West Meon, and I discovered there was 5. Of course, I'd only built 4, so I had to quickly mock up another one for that end. So I've now got a row of 5, and I managed to find enough blue doors so they all sort of match. Curtains all different, obviously, because people have changed the curtains, but I've done them so they've got all the blue doors on them. So in fact I've used all my Metcalfe blue doors on these. So yeah, quite happy how they look. I mean, I've used a bit of modeller's license because on the originals the windows are slightly offset and there's 2 windows at the top, but you know, free kit, I'm not going to turn that down. But anyway, it's the Wordsworth kit for the cottages. Now what I've done was I built them in half relief as opposed to the full relief that they are on the kit. But I've used some sort of leftover Metcalfe bits for the ridge tiles and things like that. And but yeah, the original parts of the curtains and that, the doors are Metcalfe kit leftovers, and basically I've just stuck them on a piece of card, and that's how it looks at the back, you know, basically. But when they're put on the layout, they look the part. I mean, when you sort of view them from, say, excuse the curtain in the background. I'm going to put a piece of board along there just for the back scene. But yeah, once it's all landscaped and that, I don't think it'll look too bad. But as I say, I had to quickly knock up a half one because I realised there was 5 cottages instead of 4. Now another thing I've been doing, I've used the Wordsworth platform shelter with toilet as the basis for the kit, and I've done a bit of kit bashing for the waiting shelter on the up platform at Droxford. Now what I've done is I've printed it off, put it onto card, and I've just used the bits that I actually need. Now if you recall from a previous video, I did this mock-up of the up platform shelter out of card. It was just basically to see how it looks on the layout. Well, what I did was, using the bits of the Wordsworth kit, this is it so far. I've scaled it up so it looks the part, but that's what I've literally used, parts of the kit, cut them down to fit really. The floor, that was black and white squares. I've shaded it in so it looks like a reddish colour, just because once the roof's on you're not going to notice too much. But the windows, I had to draw them because the windows I needed, if you have a look on this book for the waiting shelter, and I've looked online and I cannot find any of those at all anywhere with that shape, and I'm going to have this same problem when I do the main station building. So I'm going to probably use the same thing that I've done here, and I literally drew them onto paper and just lined it up and just stuck it in there. The stonework, that was a complete mess up trying to do that. I was hoping I could cut it out of paper, but it just kept going wrong. So what I've done is I've painted it in. Needs a little bit of tidying, but when it's sort of distance on the platform, it probably won't look too bad. But that's what I've done so far. I've still got the roof to do. I'm going to put benches in there. I'm also going to drill a hole in there in the floor, so I can drill a hole into the platform, and I'm going to probably use a drinking straw or something in there and just cover it with brick paper, so I can sort of feed a bulb up through it. That way if the bulb blows I can just change it without any messing about. But I've got the roof, I think I've probably just got the roof to do, and then probably print some little posters or something eventually to stick on there before I put it, you know, sort of timetables and things like that. But that's what I've got so far. That's the up platform shelter. constructed so far. Well, that's what I've done so far anyway. I still want to probably tidy this up a little bit, but I don't want to do too much and then completely make a real hash of it. So I might just leave it like that, because it looks the part. It looks okay, but it took me about 3 hours to get this far last night, because it's a case of looking at the pictures and working out, using the kit, which pit to use, and also the best way to, how am I going to do this, how am I going to construct it, what's the best way to work it. So and that's how I got to this stage, really. But I'm going to have the same problem with these windows when I make the main station building. So probably what I'm going to do, it the same way that I've done it here, just draw them. And also, when you put the light behind it, it's going to be a softer light shining through. It's not going to be glaring, so it might sort of might just make it a more subtle glow with light. I've still got to put some sort of brick around the edge of here, and also there should be, I think, a dwarf wall at the bottom. And the only pictures I've got, there's not very many pictures of the waiting shelter that I've found. I've found it like a painting on the cover of a book, and this one, and I'm not sure. It looks like on here that there's a little tiny dwarf wall with some black engineer's brick, but I'm not sure. Can't really see properly on this picture, of course. And it seems weird. You can find pictures of the signal box, the main building, but the waiting shelters, very, very few pictures. I have not been able to find any online. I've got this one out of a book, and I've got this one on the cover of this book, but it's not very clear. So I don't know. I might just leave it. I might just leave it as it is. On the main building, they've got the little wall with the brick. So I'm guessing if the waiting shelter's the same, it should have that round it. But I'll probably have a look at that. That'll probably be this evening's task, to look at that. But anyway, that's a little update of what I've been up to on Droxford. So I've actually made a start with the buildings. Once I've completed this one, how I want it, then I'm going to be probably going to tackle the signal box, because I've got some wooden windows for the right size for the signal box. So I'm probably going to tackle the signal box next. I'm kind of building up the courage to make the main building, but I've got a picture. I've got some diagrams that I made years ago, so I'm probably going to sort of combine the two and then work on it like that. But anyway, that's what I've done so far. I'll complete this video when I've got this building completed. I'll probably the next video, I'll do it, next part of this video, I'll do it with it put on the platform where it's going to go. Then you can kind of see how it will look when it's on there. Right, well, I've done a bit more. I've done the wall around the bottom. Well, just basically cut some brick paper, the height I needed it. I shaded in the top brick course with a pencil. Then I've stuck it on the card, and then I've put the card round. I'll tell you what, I've nicked some of the wife's clothes pegs. And basically what I did was, while it was drying, I literally just stuck the clothes pegs on there like that to keep it while it was drying. So yeah, I've got that, as much as that done. And I made a boob. With the railway workers' cottages. Do you know I said there was 5? Well, there was at Westmeath and Privet and all that lot. I was looking for some posters, because sometimes, books, they sometimes have like the railway timetables printed in the book. And I was looking for these so I can put them on the building. And while I was looking through one of my books, I found the census. And at this, the railway cottages, there's only 4 cottages, so I had to separate number 5 from the rest of them. So anyway, so now it's correct. There's now 4 railway workers' cottages. So that's what I've done so far. Got the wall around it. So when I make the station building, I've got to do all this on the station building. But I think I'm going to see if I can devise a different way to do it by the time it comes to the main building. So we'll see anyway. But what I'll do, I'll just do a little bit of a video with it on the layout where it's going to be, because I've still got to, before I put the roof on, I've got to drill a hole through there, through the baseboard, so I can put a little bulb through, so it can light up a bit and things. But I'll put it on the layout, and you can see how it will look when it's in place. So that's where it will be on the platform. I'll just do a little shifty round with the camera, and that's where it will be when it's on the platform, and that. So that's how it will look when it's there. When it's all bedded in and things. Signal box is going to be the next job. I've got this is oversized. It's just basically a mock-up to see how it looks. I've found some ladders, signal box ladders, in one of my junk boxes, so I can do that. Also, I've got the window. I've got some wooden cut windows for it off one of the websites. So I've got so what I'm going to do is I'm going to make the windows, and then I can scale the box from the windows, so that's okay. So yeah, that's going to be the next job, will be the signal box. I'm kind of putting off the main. I'm really terrified of doing the main station building at the minute, but I've got my drawings and stuff, but I'm gonna that's going to take a bit more work, I think. But anyway, that's the building on the platform where it's going to be. Of course, once it's on there properly, I'll you know, sort of landscape it in and put some bits and bobs in there to sort of you know, bed it in and things. But anyway, that's how it will look. So what I'll do, next video will be with the roof on it, and then you can see how it is when it's all put on there with the roof and everything. I mean, the only sort of static building is the lamp hut. And then I had the second lamp I've put there for the, you know, for the people that are working, sort of restoring stuff and things like that. We've got an interloper at the minute. We've got a Great Western auto coach in there at the minute, but you know. But anyway, that's what I've done so far. As I say, next clip will be with the roof on it, and probably with it put in place. So that's it. I probably won't get much more done tonight, I don't think, because it's getting on a bit now. Right, a bit more progress. I've started putting the roof on. I've put one half of the roof on. I've left it open so you can see inside. Basically what I've done, I've put a little bench in there and two people sat in there, just to sort of fill it out a little bit. I've tidied the window edges up a little bit as well. Just got the other half of the roof to put on. Ridge tiles. Ridge tiles, I'm going to use Metcalf ones. The red ones look pretty much the part. So as I say, I never throw anything away on my kits. I never throw anything away at all. So yeah, all I've got to do now is I've got to put the barge boards in there, and there's these. If I just show you the book, I've been using. This is Privet Station, but the thing is, Privet Station, when the book stays open, is the same orientation as Droxford, so I can pretty much use this as a sort of for reference. But I've just got the these bits I've got to make, and these I'm not sure. I might, because there's a point on the top. I think we've got some barbecue skewers, and I might be able to sort of fashion them to make it look like that. I don't know. I might have to experiment and see what I can do. But yeah, I've just got this bit to do once I've got the roof on. But when I've got the roof on, I'm going to lay it down so I can draw round it, so I can get the right angles for this bit. And then I'm not sure whether to use the same sort of card that I used for the construction or use some slightly thinner card. I'll have to have a look. I have to just sort of experiment and see what I can do. Once that's done, it can be fixed onto the platform. That'll be the first railway building other than the lamp hut to go. And then the next job will be I think the next building is going to be the signal box, because I've got the windows for the signal box, so I can start that. I might start that at the weekend. I don't know. But anyway, that's the progress so far. I'll do another clip on this video when I've got I'll probably do it when I've got the roof on and I've got the edge pieces on as well. Right, roof's on, complete now. Ridge tiles are on. I've done the barge boards at the ends. That was fit. I managed to break one when I was cutting it out, so I've put it on. Then you're not going to really see, because this is going to be the visible one when you're viewing the layout. Really, you're not really going to see that in much. So yeah, I've done those. All I've got to do now is the little fancy bit to go on the end. So I'm probably going to try doing that with a barbecue meat skewer thing. Yeah, because I've got like a pointed end on it. I might see if I can kind of carve it out to just look like it anyway. As long as it looks similar, I don't care. I've painted some dark grey on the ends of the roof just to tidy it up a bit. So yeah, that's all I'm going to do next. The next clip will be with it completed and fitted on the layout, I think. Also, just a little aside, if you like. I was bought a Swiss Army knife for Christmas a few years ago. I'll tell you what, for model making, it's absolutely brilliant. Brilliant. These little scissors, they're great for cutting fiddly tiny things out. And also, the little pliers, you know, on Lima motors where you've got the sprockets, you're going little tiny brass nut things. This is ideal for taking them out and putting them back in as well. So I actually use this Swiss Army knife for quite a few jobs for the railway and things like that. So yeah, anyway, as I say, next clip will be this completed and on the layout, and that will be the first complete building other than the lamp huts to be installed at Droxford, and then the weekend I might make a start on the signal box. Well, the waiting shelter is now completed. I've done all the bits at the end for it. So the last shot of this video will be with it on the platform. And here we are, that's it. I've just glued it down onto the platform. Bring that down to platform level. You can see two people in there waiting for the train, and yeah, that's it. That's the first of the proper build, other than the lamp hut, on Droxford station. That's the up platform shelter. I've just come around here because I get the shadows because I've got lights behind me. But yeah, so that's it. The first proper building now on Droxford. I've got the signal box to do. I'm probably going to do the signal box next, as far as the station goes. But yeah. It's all done. I've not put the light in there yet. I'll do that when I'll get around to doing the whole layout, because I've got it all rigged up ready just to feed a bulb through. But anyway, that's it. That's the platform, the up platform waiting shelter completed on the layout now. Yeah, as I say, probably signal box will be the next thing I'll do as far as station buildings go. Anyway, thanks for watching. Hope you've enjoyed seeing this little thing. Well, kit bashing, really. That's what I've done. I've just literally kit bashed, and it was in fact, it was just going to be to see how it went, and it turned out better than what I thought. So I thought, well, that's okay. I'll use that. But anyway, yeah, that's the that platform shelter completed. Anyway, thanks for watching. Feel free to comment and subscribe, and as always, say happy modelling.